Because on this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly how I made $170,000. I'll pop a screenshot right here online without showing my face, without having a personal brand, without a business and things like that. Now, the reason I'm going to make this video in the first place is because there are people that don't want to start a business. They don't want to show them their face online. They just don't feel comfortable doing it. And I'm getting tired of people online just preaching constantly to build a business and a personal brand, because at the end of the day, 65% of businesses in Australia fail. That is higher in the US and other places like Canada. Okay, why? Because the people that are building these businesses don't want to actually be building these businesses. They just think that's what they need to do to make money. And the second thing with the personal brand, I get it. A personal brand can be amazing. I am currently building a personal brand. Why? Because I want to do it. But there are people, if you're watching this, you probably don't want to do it, at least right now, which is fine. Okay, you don't have to build a fucking personal brand to make money. And on this video, I'm going to be telling you, okay, exactly how you can do what I did and get started as quick as possible, okay? Now, I'm going to try and keep this as cringe-free guru bullshit as possible. I get that might be hard, seeing as I'm literally sitting here with the view, so you probably already are thinking this is just another fucking guru. I'm not, okay? I don't want to be a guru, I want to be a leader. I'm just an average Australian guy, 21 years old, doing my thing, and I've helped well over 1,000 people. And last year I did about $1.5 million in sales, okay? Now, let's fucking get into it. I'm not going to give you any of the mindset, things on this video. I actually just want to kind of get into the nitty gritty of what I actually did. So then you can look at it and then see if you want to do it or whatever like that, okay? So, I made $100,000 online through appointment setting. Now, you might have heard of it, you might not have. And if you've heard of it, you probably haven't got any decent answers of what it is. And if you don't know what it is, I'm about to explain it. I'm going to give you a role play, okay? Well, I'm actually going to tell you what it is first, and then I'm going to give you a role play. Let's say you go into Instagram and you look up coach, fitness coach, dating coach, e-com coach, business coach. You probably follow a coach online, okay? These coaches have a business that they need to always work on. They have marketing, they have to make content, edit content, film the content, post the content, take sales calls, get client results, travel around the world, do networking, things like that, okay? These guys are business owners and they are extremely busy. So there's one thing that they don't have time to do. One thing, send messages, okay? They don't have time to be in their Instagram and send messages. It's a tedious task. They don't enjoy it. And I know this because I've been an appointment setter and I've also been a coach. And I fucking hate sending messages, okay? It gets boring, especially when you have a lot, okay? Especially when you have a lot of things to do on the back end, more important things. So they delegate, okay? These people, these coaches or business owners or agencies will delegate that task to someone like you. Now, this is where an appointment setter comes in. An appointment setter is someone that goes onto their social media and sends messages for them. Okay, so you will send messages to people that they would already be sending messages to. So maybe you would message these people, maybe they would message you first. Maybe they might like an Instagram post or an Instagram story. Maybe they'll comment on one of your posts. You will message these people and you will have a conversation with these people. Hey, Jimmy, how's your fitness journey going? Let's say you work for a fitness coach. Hey, fucking Skylar, how's your fitness journey going? Okay, that'll be you starting the conversation. You'll have an 8 to 10 message conversation, okay? And then you'll pitch a call. Hey, Skylar, I would love to get on the phone and talk with you more, okay? Because as an appointment setter, you will be sending messages as the person that you work for. So this is why you don't need a personal brand, because they already have the personal brand. Now your job is done. Okay, so now that you've got Skylar booked in for a call, your job is done, you move on to the next one. That person that you booked in for a call will then take that call with the business owner that you work for. So that fitness coach that you work for, they will take the sales call. And if that person that you booked in buys that coach's program, you're gonna make a commission. Okay, the average is about 5 to 10% commission. which could be an average of about $500 to $1,000 every single sale. Now, the reason I'm telling you to do appointment setting for online coaches is because they make the most money. An agency or a business will normally charge maybe $2,000 for their services. A coach might charge, about $5,000 to $10,000 for their services, which means the more the person can charge that you work for, the more potential money you have to make. So if your coach that you work for is charging $10,000 for their coaching program, then you're going to make $1,000 commission just by sending messages. Okay, now you might have a few questions. Why would they let you on their Instagram? They've been building this Instagram to 500,000 followers, for example. Why would they let a stranger on that Instagram? Let me fucking tell you. It's the same as a job. When you go to a job, you are a stranger. You have an interview, you are a stranger. When you join that job, you are still a stranger. Nobody knows who you are. So what you do before you get a job is you sign a contract, and in that contract it basically says what you can do, what you can't do, when you're going to be working, how many hours, and how much you're going to make. Okay? It's the same for this. After you interview with the coaches and after you've talked to them and they're bringing you actually in and you're actually joining them to appointment set for them, they will normally give you a contract, and in that contract it'll say maybe that you're on probation, so maybe you're on like a 2-week probation, how much you're going to make, so how much commission you're going to make, how much time maybe you need to spend a day, which could be 2 to 3 hours, and what you can and what you can't do on their Instagram account. So they might say, don't go through my followers, don't go through my messages, like my personal messages, and don't tamper with my settings. Okay, but then they will say you can message people that are brand new and all that other shit. Okay, that gives safety to you, okay, and safety to them. Great. So that question is out of the way. You will have a contract. Okay. Now, another question is this saturated? Okay, is there too many people? Again, that is a completely valid question. No, it's not saturated. I think the statistic is, you can actually look this up yourself, the demand with appointment setting has grown by 6%, I think, since 2019 to now. Which means that appointment setting lasted through COVID. It lasted through the financial crisis. It lasted through the housing crisis over here in Australia. It lasted through the wars in different countries. Appointment setting has constantly been growing. Why? Because coaches and businesses and agencies have constantly been growing. I like to use the example like a fast food place. There's always a Hungry Jack's, Burger King, McDonald's, KFC opening up close to us, right? They're always going to open up because there's always going to be someone to buy. As long as there is a consumer, then there's always going to be a provider. It's the same for appointment setting. As long as there's always a business, a coach, or an agency, there's always going to be an appointment setter. Okay? And the rate of the growth of the businesses and coaches and agencies is like significant. It's one of the biggest markets in the world. It's constantly growing, especially now, which means throughout the years, there's probably been no better opportunity than to be an appointment setter right now. Now, another question you might have is, how much money can I expect to make when I first start? Now, I made that $170,000 in the year, okay? And I think an average was about $23,000 a month I was making, I want to say. And I was able to do that because I actually wanted it bad enough. Now, you can do appointment setting as like a side hustle and make an extra $2,000 to $4,000. But you need to remember that this is something that the harder you work, the more money you're going to make, because you get paid on DMs. So if someone that sends 100 DMs is going to make more than someone that sends 30 DMs. Okay, so the more messages you can send, the more money you can make. It's that simple. I can't guarantee that you're going to make $1 million your first month. That's just not realistic, okay? You can make an extra $500, $600, $1,000 a month. Pretty easy, okay? I can guarantee that. That is a pretty easy number to hit. But the chances of you doing $10,000 your first month is pretty low because you're still gathering the ropes. Okay, so this isn't something where you do it and then you quit your job straight away. No, you need to do this for maybe 1, 2, 3 months. Okay, get the hang of it, know what you're doing, and then actually get good. And the better that you get, the more money you're going to make. On this video, I'm not actually going to be going through the step-by-step training of appointment setting. Okay, I've got a video, I think it's called the appointment setting course or appointment setting training on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out. It'll show you what you need to do. For this video, I just want to tell you what I did, maybe a little bit how I did it, and answering some common questions that you might have. But that is what I did when I first started. Okay, I first started, I was extremely broke and I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have the money to be able to start a business, and I didn't have the confidence to put myself on camera. A few years later, now I do that, and now I do run multiple businesses. I don't necessarily do the appointment setting now. I still do for myself, but for other people I don't. But appointment setting is something that I did when I first started. You know, last year I did $1.5 million, and you might be asking, Nathaniel, why don't you teach us how you made the $1.5 million? The truth is, you're not ready yet. For me to do that $1.5 million, I think I worked about 5-6 years. Okay, so I didn't, you know, it's easy for me to just say I made this amount of money in this time, but in reality, it took me years to actually get there. Okay, so I always recommend people to start off with appointment setting because you can learn everything. You learn business when you appointment set, you learn marketing, you learn how to talk to people, you learn sales, and you learn what people want. Okay, and when you do that for a year, you gain skills that you cannot gain anywhere else, which will allow you to transition into bigger paying jobs or build your business that you want. And, you know, start that personal brand, because by then you probably have more confidence than what you do now. But look, I think I will leave the video there. I think I gave you guys enough information to be able to actually run with it. Again, if you actually want training, I've got a YouTube video. I'm not going to sell you anything on this video, but I do have a free video on my YouTube channel that tells you actually what you need to do as an appointment setter. I hope this was valuable in some type of way. This is something that you can do when you're 17 to however old, okay? But the start, I would say about 17, because by then you're at least a little bit mature. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment if you made it this far. Leave a like, and that would help out a lot. Okay, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. I'll see you then. Peace out.